All right, third graders, welcome back. We made it to Friday. So yesterday in our bombs, we wrote factor times factor equals product. So today we're going to figure out what those factors are, okay? So our learning target is I can identify the meaning of factors. So let's get started with a couple warm-up problems. So I want you to look here. Remember what this is called from yesterday. It's called yay, you got it, an array. So here I have, let's see how many equal groups I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 equal groups. Now I want to write an addition sentence. So I noticed that since I have 6 equal groups, I need to write how many is the size of the group. So I see 3 plus 3. So here I've written 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals, and I know the answer is going to be 18. If I don't know that, I can always just count those circles because that is what they are there for. So now we're going to write a multiplication sentence, okay? So remember this first part is my number of equal groups. So here I'm going to go back and I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is 6. And then my X means what? X means groups of. Good. So 6 groups of 3. And 6 groups of 3 equals 18. Excellent job. All right, let's move on. Okay, now this is where you're going to need your bomb. Okay, so go ahead and get out your book of math and a pencil, and let's read this problem, and we're going to see if we can solve it similar to the way we solved it yesterday. So Robbie sees that a carton of eggs shows an array with 2 rows of eggs. What is the total number of eggs in the carton? Okay, so now we're ready for this. So let's go ahead and let's underline our question first. If we don't know what we are doing or what we're solving for, it's going to be really hard to start. So what's the total number of eggs in the carton? Okay, so let's think for a second. In our chart that we made yesterday about things that come in groups, we said eggs come in groups of 12. Good. So let's go and switch over to our book of math. Okay, so this is what we did yesterday. But we want to take this and turn it into a sentence. So I'm going to draw a line from where we left off yesterday. There are blank eggs. Okay? So we know that Robbie said that there are 2 rows. So let's draw an array. And I have 2. And I really want to know, I know that there's going to be 12 eggs, but I really am confused or concerned about how many will be in each row. So to figure this out, I'm going to draw an array, and I'm going to draw it neatly. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now I see that there are 12 eggs, but my other question that I was asking you is how many are in each row? So I know I have 2 groups. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write a multiplication sentence that matches this array. So I have 2 groups, and there are 6 in a group. So 2 groups of 6 equals 12. Okay, so one thing that I want to get into today is this. We talked about arrays yesterday, and I want us to make an example of what an array is, like the right version and then the wrong version. So I want you to go ahead and draw in your notebook like this, and we're going to do a right and a wrong. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and pause the video as you set this up. So the right version of the arrays would be neat, organized rows. The same number in each row. Okay, so that would be a right version of an array. Here is a wrong version of an array, and that means there are dots and circles everywhere, and this is not organized at all. Okay, this is important because in just a few minutes I'm going to ask you to get out some of your manipulatives, and I'm going to need for you to make arrays for me with your manipulatives. And they should look like this, that are in neat, organized rows and not groups that are all over the place. If I look at this, I'm not going to be able to see that you understand what an array is if it looks like this, okay? All right, so go ahead and find your bags of manipulatives, and you are going to need your little red and yellow and green and blue tile squares. So go ahead and find those and take those out. Okay, so we're going to start with our squares, and I want you to use your squares to make 7 groups of 2. And remember, you're making an array. So this should be super neat. Your squares should be touching like we've done before. Okay? Pause the video and see if you can make an array that's 7 groups of 2. Okay, go ahead and check your work, and your array should look like this. I see 7 groups, or 7 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My size of my groups is that there are 2 in each one. So let's go back and let's do some work together. So how many rows did I have? Or did I have? I had 7 rows. And the size of my rows is 2. So now I'm going to take that, I'm going to write my array as a multiplication equation. Okay? So I'm going to write 7 and 2. And this equals 14. Now, this number 7 and this number 2 is called a factor. We use these two numbers and we have factors that we put together to equal a product. Okay? So there are 14 squares all together. Now I want you to use your tiles or your little manipulatives, and I want you to make 4 groups of 6. So I want you to make 4 groups of 6. Go ahead and pause the video while you do that. 4 groups of 6. Okay, I realize that some of you may have only had enough to make 3 equal groups, and that's perfectly fine. You may have only had 20 squares. I actually had enough to do mine, so I went ahead and made 4 groups of 6. Here's my 4 rows, and there's 6 in a group, okay? So if you couldn't do that, I apologize. But let's go ahead and let's figure this out, because I think we can do this together. So how many rows would I have? I would have 4, and there are 6 in a row. So then I would say 4 groups of 6, and remember these are called factors. 4 and 6 are factors, and this would give me 24 square tiles, okay? All right, so now that we've done this one, I want us to use our square tiles, and we can represent this with a number bond, okay? So we had 24 tiles, so that's going to go here. I want you to think for a second, where do you see 4 or 6? How could that be represented in this number bond? I'll give you a second for private think time. Oh, good. I was hoping that you would say that. There are 4 circles. So that represents the 4. That's the number of equal groups. Where would I represent 6? Yes, 6 goes inside of each circle. So now if I take all of this together, I could say 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 24. Or I can say 4 times 6 equals 24. Okay? So now I want you to look at this array. And first I want you to write a multiplication sentence that matches this array. I want you to write this in your BOM. So go ahead and pause the video while you write this. Okay, some of you probably wrote this. 2 times 6 equals 12. Now, I want to show you that this matches the array. If I said there's 1 row, there's 2 rows. That's where the 2 comes from. Now, when I look at this array, I don't start with 6 first. I see, if you wrote this, this would be incorrect because it would not match the array. I don't see 6 groups of 2. I only see 2 groups of 6 to get 12. Now, so if you did this, I want you to erase it, I want you to fix it. Now we're going to draw a number bond, just like we did with 24. So here I'm going to have 12 as my whole number. Now I want you to look at my factors, 2 and 6. And I want you to see if you can draw the number bond by yourself. Go ahead and pause the video while you do that. Okay, let's check our work. So now I've got to figure out how many groups I have. So I see I have 1 group, 2 groups. So since I have 2 groups, I'm going to make 2 circles. That represents my 2. 2 represents the number of groups. And 6 represents the size of the groups. So now I can draw a number bond that represents my multiplication equation. Okay? Great job today, friends. I'm so proud of you for working so hard this week. We have learned a lot of new things. We've learned about multiplication for the first time. We've learned about arrays. We've learned that the X means groups of. And today we learned that these right here, the 2 and the 6, are called factors. And the factors represent the number of groups and the size of groups. Okay? Hope you guys have a great weekend and work on completing your independent practice sheet. And I will see you soon.